have a problem with these gentlemen having a barbecue here at the lake. What's going on?
Now she don't want to talk.
It's illegal to have a charcoal grill in the park here.
No, it's not actually. I just looked at the map. It says this is a designated barbecue area.
It causes extra money from our city to do things when children get injured because of improperly disposed pools.
So are you saying that they're going to hurt children out here? Or
Barbecue.
Yeah, and this is where we are. For 2 hours. Yeah, and she just sitting out here. That's why I came out here to show a difference. A white woman comes out here and she acts totally different. No, man. And now you want to be left alone.
They keep following me.
They keep following me because
We were here first.
No,
my race doesn't matter.
she is
And
white.
my age.
She's white. Your race does matter. They're asking for it. And you're acting like a victim all of a sudden when you're trying to act all tough earlier.
Please leave me alone. I'm being harassed.
Okay, so I can talk to her? Thank you.
I want the police to come, and I've been waiting for 2 hours for them. Charcoal grills are not allowed here.
Wow. Really? So you gave me the white lady attitude. Thank you.
Totally different.
Sway. They keep following me. They keep following me. They keep following me. They keep. I'm being harassed. They keep following me. They keep following me. They keep following me. My race doesn't matter.
She's white. She's white.
My race doesn't matter.
Your race does matter. She's white. And now you want to be left alone. She's white. She's white. You stole my property. Guess who's a criminal now?
I want the police to come, and I've been waiting for 2 hours for them.
Hold up, bitch. Hold up, bitch.
I want the police to come, and I've been waiting for 2 hours for them.
Totally different.
They keep following me. 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 They keep. I'm being harassed.
Okay, can you back off? Yes. Yes. Can you back off?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm at the quick stop. Ma'am, can you just back off?
Charcoal grills are not allowed here.
Hello everyone, welcome to this brand new edition of The Take. I'm your host as always, Kendra Dix, here on our season finale here on Connect TV. Man oh man, we have done it. We're getting ready for season 2, but we're still here on season 1. So hackers on the use the hashtag take for everything, take for the last time for this brief summer hiatus. But I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for you watching The Take, making The Take the #1 show here on Connect TV. So let's get started with the big story. On the big story this week, we got 2 big stories. One big story is the royal wedding watch, as Meghan Markle, American actress, and she's an advocate, and I forgot to mention she's mixed. She's half white, she's half black, set to marry Prince Harry of the British family and getting married into the British family. Man oh man, a lot of stuff is going on with that wedding, even the drama instinct. Let's take a look on what's going on at the latest moment right now. Take a look.
Meghan Markle made a plea to her dad, and now he's had a change of heart. According to just published reports, troubled Thomas Markle wants to attend the royal wedding. I hate the idea of missing one of the greatest moments in history and walking my daughter down the aisle, he's quoted as saying. Diane McInerney is in London.
Thomas Markle says his daughter Meghan texted him and doesn't blame him for making a deal with the paparazzi to stage those photos. But there could still be an obstacle to him getting here to London.
Is he in the hospital?
He sent me a message this morning saying that yes, he was. He was going to a hospital in California to make sure that he was clear to make the trip.
I spoke to Meghan's estranged half-sister.
There was a lot going on in the family. It really was a cracking point, and he suffered a heart attack. So all things considered, it's natural to not flip-flop, but to have to take a step back and say, you know, I need to make sure I get medical clearance to do this.
Samantha Markle says that she and her dad colluded with the paparazzi to take those now infamous photos seen around the world. Samantha met the wrath of TV personality Piers Morgan when she tried to explain herself on Good Morning Britain.
Not caught in unflattering positions as media vultures had done.
There's no bigger media vulture with this wedding than you. Is there, Miss Markle?
That's really funny coming from a big vulture. And he's kind of brutal.
If Meghan's dad doesn't make it to London, who will walk the American princess down the aisle? Bookies are taking bets, and the odds-on favorite is her mother, Doria. Inside Edition royal wedding correspondent Amanda Holden.
I would actually love it if her mum walked her down the aisle. It would break yet another rule. She's a rule breaker, and that's why I love her.
Another option is the father of the groom, Prince Charles, royal expert Victoria Arbiter.
He's long talked about how much he would have liked a daughter. Not only would it give him an opportunity to walk this beautiful lady down the aisle to his waiting son, but it would also show the royal family's support of Meghan.
Prince William could also step up to walk his brother's bride down the aisle. Or Meghan could show her independent spirit by walking alone to meet her prince at the altar. Meanwhile, preparations for the royal wedding are well underway. Bunches of pink roses and other blossoms were loaded into a van outside the warehouse of royal wedding florist Philippa Craddock. Where possible, Philippa will use flowers and plants that are in season and blooming naturally in May, a spokesperson for the palace has said. Harry is reportedly crushed over Meghan's family crisis, believing he's to blame for all the scrutiny on her father.
I really hope all of this negative press and this awful story isn't overshadowing one of the most special days, not just for her, but for absolutely everyone. We're so excited.
In an interview after their engagement, Meghan explained how she and the prince deal with the drama that surrounds them.
We have never put any focus on that. We've just focused on who we are as a couple.
And Meghan Markle cannot escape being the happiest woman on her day this Saturday, where her stepbrother and her stepsister are trying to make cash flow coming into their lives because they look at Meghan like a human ATM machine. Man, even they set up this. Yikes. Meghan Markle trying to get married this Saturday into the Bridgewater family, and many people are speculating that her father may not walk her down the aisle. Is this a ploy? Is this a plan? We don't know. But we will find out. But make sure to watch Viral this week when we'll have continuing coverage of the royal wedding between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Wedding. You don't want to miss Viral this Saturday, this weekend, here on Connect TV. All right. Let's move over to, man, can you believe it? Can you believe this?
White House aide Kelly Sadler responded to Senator John McCain's opposition to Trump's pick for CIA director by saying, quote, he's dying anyway. Apparently it was a joke. It was meant to be a joke. There's nothing funny about it. I don't know how anybody would think that would be funny. But it's just another example of the overall meanness in this White House.
Absolutely. I mean, the tone is set at the top. President Trump himself has gone after John McCain in a lot of inappropriate and offensive ways. At least a lot of people have interpreted Trump's comments on McCain that way. Certainly the best that any aide could do in defending Kelly Sadler was telling our Jim Acosta that it was a joke that fell flat in the room. There are other White House aides who are wondering tonight if potentially Kelly Sadler will last in the White House. She's called Meghan McCain to apologize, but certainly this is a completely unforced error for the White House, distracting from all the other things they're trying to accomplish right now on the foreign policy front. They're already trying to deal with these controversies involving Michael Cohen and Michael Cohen cashing out on his influence, his proximity to Trump. That's something the White House didn't plan to be dealing with right now. To have someone who's relatively low level generating such negative headlines for Trump right now is just the last thing I think the White House was prepared to deal with.
Sarah, you're moving ahead in the textbook here, but we'll get to that in a moment. But I want to stick with this because Ryan, the White House had to put out a statement to clean this mess up, saying that they respect McCain's service and that they're praying for him. But how much of this is environment? And And where is it okay? And when is it okay? Why would it be okay to say something like this? I don't know. Does that come from the president?
Well, never. And Sarah made the essential point that...
Remember when he said, well, I ask you because he said, I like those who are not captured, right? That's sort of in that vein, right? Go on, I'm sorry.
Never apologize. But I think what I was saying is Sarah made the essential point that the tone is set from the top. I noticed a lot of people calling for Trump to fire this aide who works in the communications shop. I mean, she's not the most senior person at the White House. And I thought, well, what grounds would Donald Trump have for firing her? How could Donald Trump credibly say, well, this is beyond the pale, this is just not appropriate for someone at the White House? He has taken, he has mocked the disabled. He has mocked a Gold Star family. As you pointed out, Don, he has previously belittled John McCain's heroic service. And so when that is the president's record, I think if you work at the White House, you might think, well, why would I get in trouble for saying this? Well, why wouldn't other Republicans on this call think it's funny? The president does this kind of thing all the time. So, you know, I think, you know, Chris made the point that people that go and work for Donald Trump, they become corrupted by him. And I think there's a lot to that. When you go and work for someone with these views and a history of these statements, it trickles down to even low and mid-level staffers.
See that? Oh man. It's always something in the White House with some heat going on. A White House aide said the most slanderous, blunt things that you would ever have discussed about Senator John McCain, who was a former presidential candidate who ran against Barack Obama, and he has brain cancer. And she's saying that this man's already dead. Man, there's some harsh words to say from a White House aide. And the White House aide is Kelly Sadler. Man, I wonder if she's gonna get caught in the crossfire, under fire. But let's hear what Meghan McCain had to say on the show The View. Take a look.
Okay, so first I just want to say is, don't feel bad for me or my family. We're really strong. There's so much more love and prayer and amazing energy being generated towards us than anything negative at all. And I feel so blessed. My dad's actually doing really well right now, and I believe in the power of prayer, and I think it's helping. So I want to thank all the positivity of people with that.
Good. Yeah.
The other thing I want to say is that Kelly, here's a little news flash, and this may be a bit intense for 11 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, but we're all dying. I'm dying, you're dying, we're all dying.
Yeah.
And I want to say that since my dad has been diagnosed it's almost a year, July 19th, I really feel like I understand the meaning of life. And it is not how you die, it is how you live.
Right.
And thank you. And I always have had something to believe in. My dad's all about character and bipartisanship and something greater than yourself, and believing in this country and believing in the fact that we as Americans can still come together.
Yeah.
And that's something that I grew up in and feeds me every day. And I'm not scared of death anymore. I'm just not. And whatever you want to say in this kind of environment, the thing that surprises me most is, I was talking about this with you, Joy, that I don't understand what kind of environment you're working in when that would be acceptable, and then you can come to work the next day and still have a job.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about it.
And also,
Man, oh man. Megan's fired up. Yeah, you don't say nothing like that. What's her problem? Being a White House aide, you're supposed to have respect. And y'all in the same party. Y'all people in the same party just don't get along. It's like people in the white community don't get along. People in the black community don't get along. People in the Hispanic. It's just what's going on in this world. I don't know. I'll never find out. Believe me. Believe me. Alright. In celebrity news this week, WWE superstar John Cena appeared on the fourth hour of the Today Show with Kathleen Holder, and poured his heart out with his love to Nikki Bella and why he wanted to reconcile and get back with her.
Years, and especially you talked about your wonderful romance with Nikki, and you talked about your proposal, and you talked about your wedding date, which a lot of people were kind of sad to see come and go, and you guys.
I was one of those people.
Yeah, that was a tough. How are you doing?
It's up and it's down. I don't want to. I mean, I've always been honest with you guys.
Yeah.
I also don't want to ruin the viewers' morning by giving us a bowl of sadness soup. It's been up and it's been
cereal,
down.
sadness cereal.
Yes. It's been incredibly reflective, which is amazing, but it's very difficult. I had my heart broken out of nowhere, and or for me, it was out of nowhere. And anyone who's experienced that knows that it comes with a series of bad feelings. But I've looked at myself every day, and I've tried to evaluate myself and the woman that I love. And for anyone out there speculating on like what I'm doing with my life now, I still love Nicole. I still would love to marry Nicole. I still would love to have a family with Nicole. There was an unfortunate set of circumstances where our relationship ended. There's been a lot of speculation recently about me being seen in public, and everyone's thinking like, oh, John Cena's enjoying the single life. No, I was supposed to be married and have a honeymoon over these 2 weeks. It's the first time in 15 years that I've taken a vacation. I am in my house alone, surrounded by these emotionally strong memories, and every day from 6 to 9, I get out of the house and talk to strangers as social interaction. So there's a lot of pictures of me with like, hey, I'm here with this person, or I'm here with this person.
It's called living your life. You have to keep doing that.
I don't want anybody else. I love Nicole, and I'm really trying to support her in her trying to find whatever it is that she wants that made this fall apart in the first place.
Right.
And in doing so, I'm also just trying to live, but I don't have any other hopes other than maybe one day that we can work it out.
You know, you said something interesting in there. You said, I love her and I still want a family with her.
Yeah.
Remember you coming on earlier talking about sticking points, and every relationship has them.
That's true.
Scary things. But you kind of turned the beat around on that one.
Well, and this is why. It's so difficult because this is all kind of part of, she'll talk to you guys on Wednesday, and I don't want to say things that she's going to say because I don't know the importance of that. But over the 5 years of our relationship, or the 6 years of our relationship, if you look at me 5 years ago, stubborn, selfish, self-focused, life had always been about me. And then slowly over time, this woman waltzes in and just steals my heart. And whether I want to realize it or not, becomes my number one. So I'm willing to go back on all of these things that I say. And a lot of them I was hanging on to just of stubbornness.
Yeah.
I won't have kids. And it took a very strong look in the mirror for me to be like, why?
Right.
This person is my number one, and it's something that's very valuable to her. And of course we can do this. And I think it would be wonderful. Granted, I'm often a horrible communicator when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I say the wrong thing, and I think guys out there know what I'm talking about. Maybe we can talk about that later when we talk to the guys.
The guys tell all panel.
But all of that switched because I love her. And all of those decisions, like, she's my number one, and I just want to make her happy. And
then I feel like it's gonna work out.
that's okay,
Don't you, Hoda?
because right now she's happy, and we want to talk about taking one for the team and really sucking it up. She, I guess, needed a little time to find whatever it is she's looking for, and at the risk of my own emotional well-being, especially so close to that moment of I do, she needs to be happy.
You know what's funny? John just said he's not a good communicator.
I
was just thinking. I was going to say there's no better communicator.
This is the hand I shoot with.
Do you guys still talk, John? Or?
We do. It's difficult because I want her to be able to chase what she's looking for, and I feel as if I'm there, I may be enabling the situation, but those are like weird assumptions. Guys, it's all messed up, guys. It's a relationship. It's all messed up. The point is, for anyone out there speculating on what's going on, I love her. I want to be with her. I want to make her my wife. I want to be the father of her children. I just want us to work, and that's so just from here. And all that other stuff you see is BS. I'm just trying to live life without her on a very emotional set of time that has been very difficult for me. But we're here. We're here.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here. We're in the, we're in the present.
This is what I want. This is what I want to do, because if you're watching going like this or watching shaking your fist, I think the greatest takeaway from all this, I really do. I know for a fact that I was in love, and I've never been in love before. And I'm telling you out there, it's real. It's horrible. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I hurt so much because I know it was there and it was real. And every day I take that and I have that. And if I never have another day with Nicole, I will take 6 years with Nicole over 5 years and 364 days any day of the week. And I'm so grateful. And if she's watching, I'm grateful for being able to stand by her side for 6 years. And that's what should make you smile.
Okay, can we have
So
the
we're good.
Kleenexes?
We're good.
Kleenex, guys.
We're good.
Never mind. They're over there crying, so they're
So
not.
we hit that in 6 minutes. Now let's move on to some fun stuff. Let's do this.
Okay. Well, you know that we want you to be happy. We love you.
And you guys, this is social interaction is important for me, and you guys treat me like family. and
You are
guys make me feel
family.
important.
We are.
And I talk about way too much in the show, but I don't care because it makes me feel good.
Yes.
So
And trying to get back with Nikki Bella after all the turmoil and stuff like that he's trying to do. He's trying to spin it so he can make it look like he's the good guy and Nikki's the bad guy. Now, if many of you follow Total Bellas and Nikki Bella wanted to be with John, she and John had an issue. She wanted kids, but John didn't want to have kids. So, who's winning what? We'll never know on that. But on ET Canada, they speculated why Nikki and John probably not having a relationship or just a storyline plot. You take a look.
It's like very sad there. And Tamara says they seem to still be in love. I think she wants children and he doesn't, but he says
he said he
still
wants
to
kids.
have family.
But
So what happened?
Did you note, if I could like play armchair psychologist, which I
Yes,
love
okay.
this game, he said there was an unfortunate set of circumstances.
Right.
The key to what is going on here is in that unfortunate set of circumstances. What is that? And why didn't Hoda or one of them ask what was the unfortunate set of circumstances?
Because they want to save it for the reality show, I'm sure. But yeah, like now we're kind of back. Is it back to infidelity? Like what could have been that?
But they already said it wasn't, or did they?
I don't know if they really. Yeah, they never really said that. But they still seem to love each other. So there's no hate going on. That's what it seems
Did
like.
she say she still loves him?
No.
Well, then we don't know that, do we?
We now know that she was the one that ended things. Bree said that he's like a brother to her. So like, it doesn't seem like there's bad blood and that kind of stuff. So I don't think it's cheating.
So what are the unfortunate set of circumstances? Guys, we need to get to the bottom of that. We need to get John Cena in here and I'll pull it out of him. Okay. I will find out for
we're
you.
Gonna save it for the TV show.
Or on ET Canada is where it needs to happen. Right? Because we need to know.
Yes.
Need to know. All right. Now, John and Nikki reportedly broke up for camera for an upcoming episode of Nikki's reality show, Total Bellas. The new season premieres on Sunday, and we've got a preview clip of Nikki and her sister Bree butting heads over John before they break up.
I don't understand why you have to walk on eggshells with him with this wedding. It's like absolutely ridiculous.
No, it's been a lot of fun, so don't make it a negative.
I'm not making it a negative. I'm just saying sometimes you just tiptoe around John to not make him angry, and I think that's bullshit.
Isn't that what wives are supposed to do?
No, I tell Brian exactly how I feel all the time. I don't hold back ever.
Damn, okay. You don't have to get all angry.
Well, it bothers me because I know what you want.
What I really want is to get married, so I'm not going to ruin that.
You have made a lot of sacrifices. It's about time John starts making some.
He is. He wasn't going to get married, and now he is.
Oh, boo-hoo. I feel so bad for him. He's freaking lucky he's marrying you. And it bothers me that you're going to sacrifice all of it just because you're grateful that John proposed to you.
Well, let's just agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's agree that if you don't talk to John, then I will.
No.
Oof. Bree's not messing around there.
Guys, it sounds like, am I right or am I wrong, that maybe she was a doormat for a really long time, and her sister's saying it's time for you to stand up for yourself.
Well, that was the one thing we talked about it a few months ago, that he made her sign a prenup, not just the move
that's
in.
Right, we did talk about that.
And he was upset that he did that, and she signed it because she loved him so much. So yeah, she's obviously been very compromising on a lot of
I
things.
feel like we're breaking it down right here.
Morel says Bree really hates him. Yeah, now I wonder if Bree was the one that kind of planted the seed to end things. It sure seems like that in that clip.
Or maybe encourage her sister to stand up for herself.
Right, and then was done. So yeah, we're getting little pieces here and there.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see.
So
the final
exciting.
reveal is coming.
I know.
It's a storyline plot. Then John Cena and Nikki Bella needs to get reprimanded by the whole public for what they say and what they do. I don't know, but if this for a storyline plot that garner ratings, then I don't want to watch this show, because I want to watch the wrestling part, but the drama part, you keep that private, man. And whoever started that, remember this show, Mary Mary? Good gospel singers and stuff like that. And then when they had their show, it was like, oh my God. I didn't know all this was going on. But y'all kept that facade going. Being good gospel singers, it's just, if like this Kelly Price. She was on R&B Divas. What happened? She became the villain. I don't know, and it's kind of like now these days you never know who the villain and who the protagonist. You never know. It's an ongoing subject going on here. All right. On talk shows this week, Wendy Williams chimed in about the Carly B. Azealia Banks situation, where Carly B. deleted her Instagram account after Azealia Banks said the most reckless stuff to her. You won't believe Wendy said. Take a look.
Apparently, Azealia slammed Cardi in an interview, calling her an illiterate rat. And, and a caricature of black women. So Cardi shot back on Instagram saying, this coming from a woman that bleached her skin, I'm not apologizing or killing myself because of who I am. Well, not go ahead, Cardi. You mean sit down, Cardi. She's pregnant. Also, she's the bigger star. I don't even understand still what Azealia Banks exactly does. I know she's got a new single out, and I heard that her new album is supposed to be something big. So maybe this is, all this clappation is to get attention to her music. In the meantime, Cardi is pregnant. Cardi is beloved. And I just see arguing with Azealia Banks on a Friday when you're pregnant and your career is on fire to be a waste of a Friday. Did she really bleach her skin? Well, no, because when I think of skin bleaching, and by the way, I've been accused, we've all been accused, bleach your skin, nose job, whatever. Anyway, this is a skin bleach job? Then, no, because when you're gonna bleach your skin, which I would not recommend because I have no idea how far into your nether regions they go. And that's a big job. But you need the Sosa Special. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is skin bleaching. That's Sammy Sosa. I'm not saying it's right. All I'm saying is that if you're gonna bleach your skin, go all the way. So getting back to the fight. So Azealia posted a picture of Cardi with no makeup saying that Cardi looks like a big toe. A big toe. She said that Cardi needs to use her black womanhood responsibly. Cardi then got so upset that she deleted her entire Instagram. Like, Cardi's done. She's moved on. She's gonna have the baby. I guess she's gonna come back. Cardi, though, like I said, you shouldn't stoop to the level of Azealia Banks. We're still trying to figure out exactly why it is that you would fight with her, especially being pregnant and also being a superstar and not looking like a toe. And, and also, okay. In other Cardi news, by the way, Azealia Banks, you should use your smarts and your education for something other than clapping back at Cardi B. This Azealia Banks, she don't speak like this, that, and do-yo. No, she speaks very well. She's very educated. She carries herself very well, but she's got a tick, and the tick in here is what makes people not want to work with her, from what I understand. Like a real smart girl, she could do it all, but that tick is the problem. Okay, in the meantime, back in Cardi world, so Cardi got in an altercation at the Louis Vuitton store over the weekend. I'm not sure which Vuitton store this is. All I know is there's Cardi screaming at people, but she's inside, so is that a real altercation? The details are sketchy as to what made this all happen. The Louis Vuitton store, they say though, shut down the whole store from everybody just so that Cardi could go shopping. But you don't have to do that anymore at stores because they always have that back room. That back room. Like at my 50th birthday, I had no idea what was going on. We go in the store, I'm like, I'm not shopping, I'm not buying, it's my birthday, and I don't want anything, I don't need anything, come on, what are we doing? Walking around the store, walking through the store, blah, blah, blah. You know, they hand you a glass of champagne and stuff, but everybody else is there. You know, the store is not shut down. This happened to have been the Vegas store. It wasn't shut down, you know, for me to shop. And so we get to a room and the door opens and that's, see, I had no idea. That's where the magic happens. There was a cake with sparklers. Marco G was there.
Whitney Williams telling her 2 cents, telling them that they need to do what they need to do to each other. Well, Cardi B don't care. She's already at the end of her pregnancy stage, so hey, it is what it is. All right, it is what it is with you, but it is with me. All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back. More to take. This is our season finale. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
The producer.
Welcome back to the Tech. I'm your host as always, Kendra Dix here. Welcome back. Use the hashtag Take on our Facebook, Instagram, all our social media accounts, and we say thank you all for watching us, because if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here, and you could have been doing something else, but you decided to watch us. So we thank you all for watching the Take, and we hope to see you in September for our season 2 premiere. You know, hey, we're busy here on Connect TV. We're making moves, boss moves. All right, let's go to the political rundown. The political rundown this week. Man, oh man, President Trump has been very busy as of late. He has been doing this.
Rudy is a great guy, but he just started a day ago.
Yes, he's been mean. He's been negotiating, him and his team negotiating to bring the hostages from North Korea over back to America. So big ups to him on that thing by negotiating. Plus, he's trying to weigh in this unprecedented first time ever meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. I don't know how that's going to go, because most of them, he has the red button and don't know how to use the red button. Kim Jong-un has his own version of a red button. Let's just hope everything goes peaceful in talks, as you see right here. The new Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, greeted North Korean leader. So if he can get through and get by with that, let's hope everything gets good with the president with that. And plus, the president also went to Indiana for his version of a pep rally, and he just went off like no other. Take a look.
And on June 12th, in Singapore, I'll be meeting with Kim Jong-un to pursue a future of peace and security for the world, for the whole world. and the relationship is good. But you remember everybody in the fake news where they were saying, he's going to get us into a nuclear war. He's going to get us into a nuclear war. And you know what gets you into nuclear wars? And you know what gets you into other wars? Weakness. Weakness. So the relationship is good, and hopefully, I mean, for all of us, for the world, hopefully, something very good is going to happen, and they understand it's very important for them, it's important for everybody. So Japan, South Korea, China, everybody, I think it's going to be a very big success. But my attitude is, and if it isn't, it isn't, okay? If it isn't, it isn't, but... And you have to have that because you don't know.
Wow. he's prepping himself for campaign mode, and it ain't even 2020 yet, and he's getting himself ready. You know, you won the office, take your time, but he calls himself the busiest man in the world, and no wonder. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that with the North Korean leader, everything goes good and smoothly, so we don't have no issues with that. All right. In other news, and news is this week, a Birmingham pastor. I mean, not say, well, you say local Birmingham, whatever. A Birmingham pastor speaks out about a church, a white predominant church coming into the area, and he doesn't like one bit. Take a look.
Left the inner city. Whites carry their churches with them. They moved to the suburbs. White folk have proved they don't want to live next door to us or be our neighbors or worship with us. Now they want to plant a white church in a black neighborhood under the umbrella of supposedly to fight crime. The real reason the Church of the Highlands want to put a white church in a black neighborhood is they have too many black folks at their main campus, and they want them to leave and come to a church in their inner city.
Yeah. The pastor who said this, he claims that the Church of the Highlands is trying to build a church and trying to bring the church into the community, into the West End community, and he don't want none of it. So it's like, what you talking about? A church, God don't see any color. God can see you as white, God can see you black. God does not see anybody color. If you praise God, you worship God, then that's good enough. You trying to be the great divider and saying, let's see how far your message go. Because it ain't going that far. You didn't have a press coverage. You just had one camera there saying, I'm not standing for this. Just go somewhere, man. Let's go somewhere. You need to be trying to get as much people in your congregation as much as you can to keep you afloat. Shoot, I'm telling you. All right. Speaking of that, First Lady Melania Trump underwent kidney surgery, and let's hope and pray that she's doing well. And she had her little surgery issue and stuff like that. All right. And finally, the viral video of the week. Now, my producers told me that this is my first time seeing this video, and we want to make you laugh, make you, leave with a bang here on the tape. So I'm going to be watching just like you. Let's take a look.
I'm telling you right now, that's just how he be having me hollering. And make it like a bitch of muffin. What a banana. I'm a monkey. What a banana. I'm a monkey. Oh, what a banana. What a banana. What a banana.
What in the world? Oh my God. Now people would do anything to be on, put themselves out there, but the woman got a monkey mask to look like an animal. Come on now, what is you doing? Let's watch that one more time.
I'll tell you right now, that's just how he be having me hollering. And make it like a, make it like a bitch of muffin. What a banana. I'm a monkey. What a banana. I'm a monkey. Oh, what a banana. What a banana. What a banana.
Oh my God, this world's going through basically with this. All right, that does it for our season finale here on The Take. Thank you all for watching. Man, oh man, I'm glad you all came on this journey, this ride with us. And hopefully things go your way for this summer. Stay out of trouble. Make sure you do the right thing. And everything will go your way if you believe in God and everything else that you believe in. If you don't believe in God, that's your take on that. Well, I've been Kendrick Dick saying so long, and I see you. See this show, The Take, coming in September, but I will be back for a new show called Connect Now, coming this summer. You don't want to miss it. Here on Connect TV. See you there.